everybody, and welcome back to the Wilderness Survival School, where we talk everything wilderness survival and preparedness. I'm PJ Bushcraft, and thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. It'll really help out the channel. It'll really help out getting all the information out there so people can have options for stuff like this. So, what is all this stuff? Well, these are shelter options. Today we're going to discuss several things. This is part 2 of my bug out video for my small bug out bag. But we're going to discuss emergency, quick-based ultralight shelters and kind of evolve into a medium to long-term shelter option. So first thing we have here is the 2-person don't die in the woods Heat Flex Mylar survival tent. This is a 2-person tent. It's about 7 foot by 4 foot wide. It is a triangular based tent, but it's going to have a reflective Mylar on the inside, which was actually designed by NASA. It reflects 90% of your body heat back at you. It is windproof, waterproof. It actually flexes, unlike some of your survival blankets you've seen, where a little bit of tension will unfortunately rip them or put holes in them. This right here is a very cool product. It is big enough for 2 people or a person in all their gear. You're gonna stay wet, you're gonna stay dry, but it is an emergency blanket. So over time, an emergency tent, over time, I can definitely see this product not lasting you in a self-reliant situation, but getting to point A to point B, or utilizing this in conjunction with the shelter that came with our Stanford Outdoor Supplies kit in the pack. Having this extra could be life-saving for someone that's with you, or your gear if you don't have any cover for it, or it's raining constantly and you gotta keep that wood dry. This is the way to do it. It's super light. Like I said, you could reuse this again, and it is big enough for 2 people. There is a competitor to this, which is called like the Life Tent, Life Bivy. When I saw that, I was like, I saw it side to side with this, and felt it and everything. This was of far better quality, and that's why I picked this up. This is $20, and $20 for a super small, super lightweight 2-person survival tent. It's a peace of mind in your kit, okay? Second up, I have the T60 Emergency Survival Shelter by Paracord Bushcraft. Dan and I spoke. He's a super nice guy. And this product right here, I purchased with my own money. And I gotta say, I love this. This is a xenon-based material. I think it comes in at about 6 ounces. Super small. It's 86 inches by 65 inches, and it already comes inside of this with pre-made guidelines, so you could strap it onto trees very fast, and 2 things at the bottom where you could put your stakes. This is an awesome thing, and this goes on me pretty much all the time in my EDC. That's what I carry. Because you never know when you need to get out of the rain, the snow, wherever you're at. Being able to demonstrate and to deploy something like that. There's no other product quite like that on the market. The next product, I've used and tested this as well and purchased with my own money. This is the One Tigress Tentsformer. This is not only a bushcraft survival tent, but this is a full body poncho. This is going to cover you, your person, your backpack, all your gear. I brought this on the Appalachian Trail, and unfortunately this outperformed the counterpart which I brought, which is the One Tigress 2.0 bungalow tent, and it failed. This did not. So I kept this, and I really like this a lot. It opens up with a stick or a trekking pole, 4 foot high by 5 feet wide by 4 feet for the inner space that you're going to have. You can get out of the rain, you can cook your food, you can have an area to curl up in, especially if you really needed it. It's not heavy at all. It comes with aluminum tent stakes and all the guidelines you need. It's a cool product, and I haven't really seen too many of them quite like this, unless it's being a mil spec, but even the mil spec that I saw don't fully cover you the way that this does. Now that is your emergency to be able to put in your pack, be able to get you to your location for your shelter. But what are we talking when we're talking medium to long term? Medium to long term is going to be something like this. And now you could still use a T60 while you're utilizing these tools to make a longer term shelter. You could. But a big time tarp, this is a 12-foot by 9-foot tarp, it's going to hold up real good. Utilizing natural materials while you're building that larger shelter, whether it be intermediate, let's say the season's changed. You know you have a ways to get to your location. You need to make a semi-permanent base camp. These tools are not to be underestimated about the work that they can get done. This is an axe, okay? This is the Trail Boss by Cold Steel. I've seen a lot of people hate on this axe. This is a cool axe, man. It's perfect size, about 27 inches, I believe, and it's just got that choke point where you can still do fine carving tasks with the axe itself. It's long enough to fell medium-sized trees. It's not going to split as well, but again, you're not going to worry too much about that because you're going to be having one of your stoves with you in your pack. You're going to be worrying about smaller tinder, especially getting to your location. But this thing is a beast. It's double pressed at the top. A lot of axes, even high-end axes, aren't double pressed. I wrap a little bit of paracord around it because why not? It's always good to have that extra peace of mind. But the point of this is, in conjunction with the knife, this is a BPS, full tang knife, carbon steel. With a knife, a Trail Boss, or an axe of this nature, and a saw, medium to small size saw, something like this, which is able to cut a tree about as wide as this is. So that's a pretty good size tree for your shelter. Now in conjunction with these tools, you have a bank line, okay? This is number 36. There's 491 feet. This is tarp. So when you tighten on this stuff and you crank it down, it has like almost an adhesive property. It's going to stick really good. It's going to hold those branches. It's going to hold that lean-to shelter where you need it. And putting this tarp over it, and then putting sticks and then debris, you will have yourself a semi-permanent shelter that is reminiscent of the frontiersman. If you also want to use something like this is paracord. Okay, this is 550 mil spec paracord. I would get something very noticeable, but this is noticeable in the dark. I like that because during the day it's going to soak up the sunlight and it glows in the dark. I actually haven't had it stop glowing yet, so it seems to hold up pretty good, and I think that's just a Walmart-based item. And then you just have your basic cotton, 420 feet. You can char this material. You can make primitive tool-based stuff with this material. It can be soaked in tallow to make candles. A lot of uses for this stuff, including, if you were liberated of this, tie sticks and stuff together for that medium to long-term shelter. These are a heavier base item than this, right? But this is going to come with a skill set. So at the Wilderness Survival School, we're going to teach you how to make a semi-permanent shelter with these items. And then in a 72-hour scenario to a week, being able to get to your location utilizing stuff like this. So I want to give you options. I don't want to sit here and say, oh, this company, this. I purchase everything myself. I test everything myself. I'm not going to say something is better than the other one unless it is. That's it. There's no other way around it. And when I was talking about the bag, this is going on my EDC. I'm going to show you an 80-plus piece EDC that I carry myself. So in conjunction with my pack that we just had that video on, and thank people so much for the views, in conjunction with that pack, it is a short-term pack. So it's to get you to a spot where you might be able to make this semi-permanent structure, right? So what do I carry? Well, I carry a container to hold my stuff, knife. Sorry, y'all. Dollar bills, you know what I mean? Okay. Haversack. Gotta have a haversack. Haversack works fantastic. I love it a lot. Having something like this on your belt could be indispensable in a situation where you're out and you're picking wild edibles. You're getting small base tinder to start that fire because you know you have to have the small, toothpick to pencil lead to pencil to pinky to thumb to wrist. Just to really utilize that fire science and get that fire going for you in pretty much any temperature that's out there or weather conditions. So I'm going to carry some things here, and there, like I said, there are some people that choose not to carry this type of thing, and that's okay. I carry a whistle. I carry a handcuff key, the Exotac fire sleeve, the Exotac Titan light. Both of these are lighters. This is a signaling implement, and that is just to carry. This is the Mora Kranzbull. Okay, this is a very cool stainless steel knife. Again, it's a rat tail based tang on it, but I like how the blade is designed. It chokes up a little bit right here, so you can get some fine carving tasks done with this. 90-degree spine, Scandavix grind. Can't go wrong with this, and you don't have to worry about like a leather sheath. The weather is not going to destroy this. It has a drain holes at the bottom for if water gets in. That's coming with me. Tactical pen. So the tactical pen's going to come with me if there's windows, if there's a grid down, I need to get into a place, if I need to get into a car to help somebody. This is going to come. This is a Keep. I bought it on Amazon, but it had great reviews and it has held up awesome. So I really like this pen. That comes with me. Now some people carry a headlamp in their EDC. That's cool. That's fine. They like carrying like a little solar panel and they like to have a rechargeable. That's cool. This is the Coast HX5, and I bought this at Home Depot, and I'll tell you what, I think I'll just keep buying these because this is so multifunctional. It's super bright. It only uses one AA battery and it has an extremely long life. You can zoom in and then have a wider bronze, but the cool thing about it is it has a clip on it where you can utilize it as a headlamp. So you can get your task done, trek through the woods, and it stays right here on your hat, reaching around the back, turning it on. So that's why that is in there, and I really, really like that a lot. Now, pocket knife, secondary knife. Remember, 2 is 1 and 1 is none. I carry the Calamus Dominator 2. It is a stainless steel knife. It is titanium bonded. I just love its carbon fiber handle. I just love the choke on this. It's got a 90-degree spine on the back. I've struck ferrocerium with it. I just like the blade shape. It's conducive with a lot of things I can get done in the woods, and I like that a lot. And for EDC carry, I mean, instead of me busting out my other knives and, having to utilize that when I can just pull that out of my pocket, it's a win-win. This is the Leatherman Wave Plus. This has 18 tools on it. So remember, my Leatherman bracelet that I carry, okay, this has 29 tools. So in conjunction with my Wave, that's a lot of tools already, okay? Screwdrivers, bits, hex keys, glass breaker, a cutter on this, just on this bracelet. And this has all the same things, including a very good saw that I haven't had to replace yet. Pliers, I've had this for several years now. It has never failed me, not once, and I use it all the time. Paracord bracelets, can't go wrong with these items. Both of them come with ferrocerium, compass, and whistle, and together they're about 16 feet of paracord, and I really like that a lot. And remember, both of them have the same compass, whistle, ferrocerium. And on my necklace, I carry a fire starter necklace. Now, the cord is actually a survival cord, so it's going to have monofilament fishing line, jute tinder, stuff like that. It's extremely useful along with ferrocerium and a scraper in a situation where I needed to fish or I needed to start a fire very fast. This would be there. Now, what do I have this silver necklace for? Well, I like silver, but another great thing is when travelers traveled overseas, they used to keep their big jugs of water from bacterial growth and algae by utilizing this silver. Well, this is about an ounce, and this is just enough to keep about a smart water bottle of water from bacterial growth. So if I needed to have at least a stash of water and I needed to come back, and I know I need in my shelter and I needed to have some water already rock and roll, I know I have it there and it has no bacterial growth, and that's why that is a part of my EDC. Now, wallet. What do I have in my wallet? Well, I have a small fishing kit. So, some lures, some hooks, some weights, some cord. Flat enough for me to put inside of my wallet. Container. Aluminum foil. This is a 2 foot by 1 foot piece. I can make 2 bowls out of this, or 1 cooking implement, and something to, wrap food in or boil water. This is a win-win for me and something I carry all the time in my wallet. Of course, this is I think the 3rd time we've discussed the good old Forenzo lens. I have one in my wallet. It works great, and it is a learning curve, and it will get gummed up over time, so you might need to revolve that every couple of years, but having it is definitely a good peace of mind. This is Kevlar. So I have 10 feet of Kevlar rope. This is to make real bows in the woods, with the same quality as a bowstring, okay? Traps and snares, bow drill. This is what this is for, and that is why it is in my wallet. I also carry a 10-piece survival card, okay? This is one of those multi-purpose cards. I like this one because it's heavy-duty stainless steel. And it's got can opener knife, screwdriver, ruler, cap opener, 4-position wrench, butterfly wrench, saw blade, 2-position wrench, and a lanyard hole to hang it if you needed to. But the cool thing about this is it has a directional ancillary indicator, okay? So for those of you who don't know what a directional ancillary indicator is, it's that circle thing right there. Now what that's meant to do, in conjunction with the case, is to lay this on a flat surface. Now I carry a twisty tie to use for this so I can break it off so I can use this properly. What you're going to do with this is put drops of water inside of this hole. It's going to level up a little bit without spilling over, okay? While it's on the flat surface, you're going to run this either through your hair, through your shirt, close your leg up, run it through your pants to try to get it a little bit static. Put that on there and it will start and find north and south. It is a compass when you need one and you do not have one. So this stuff right here, along with a shelter. So I have the 5 C's, right? I have cover. I have combustion. I have container, cordage, and cutting tool. I have all that right here, and if you add it all up, it's 80-piece kit, okay? Now that's not, including your shoes and stuff like that, but I wanted to show you, having just this on your person every day can get so much done, especially in an emergency, and especially with the bag that we talked about in part 1, and the shelter options that you're going to have to make your judgment call on if you have a pack just for an emergency, or you want to carry something like this in the woods with you all the time, if you want to have a poncho based thing, or if you want to, hone your skills, keep this with you all the time, or put this at a location to where you can make a semi-permanent to immediate long-term shelter. I truly appreciate your views. Thank you so much, and I'm just going to try to make these videos better and better for you. I'm still learning, but I'm doing the best that I can. I have so much information I want to get to you guys, but I truly appreciate you, and I really hope you like and subscribe. It really will help out the channel. Thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing y'all next time off the concrete.